The video is shown here quite a bit.
Yeah.
If you aren't, the premise, I think, essentially was this is a video insult hitman who you could send to an enemy or a friend as a goof. And then, so there's a whole insult portion of the tape, but then there's a Valentine's section called Love Sentiments, and then there's a exercise video parody for some reason.
Yeah, and last night we showed the insult part, and you're all very familiar with that, but there is a workout part, and yes, the love sentiments. So we're going to focus on the workout and the love sentiments here with Mr. Nasty. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Mr. Nasty, and this is the Mr. Nasty workout video. We're going to teach you things you never even thought possible to do. Also, we're going to teach you how to become a physical fitness guru and make big bucks. It's easy. If fools like Jane and Richard can do it, so can you. Okay, ready? It's time to nasticize. Now, you at home, be a good idea to keep a donut handy to get those extra calories while you're doing your exercise. A can of cola. Because this will help you with that cellulite count. 3 and 4. Isn't my son such an inspiration? You notice how physical fitness is infectious. When you exercise, you'll find many friends joining you. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. If you follow the Mr. Nasty workout tapes assiduously, do all your exercises every day, just the way I've done, you'll get a figure like mine. Up, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Hi, I'm Mr. Nasty. Oh, excuse me for a minute. As I was saying, I'm Mr. Nasty, and somebody likes you so much, they hired me to tell you just how much. I love thee when the moon is full, rising in June. And if I read any more of this crap, I'll be crazy as a loon. Because I'm Mr. Nasty, and I can't take it anymore. I love thee like a hog loves fresh mud after summer rain. Like a horse loves oats. Like a sailor loves boats. Like a ram loves a goat. Roses are red, violets are dead. I'd love to tidal wave you in my waterbed. Oh, excuse me again! Old Cupid struck love pangs into this person. But then again, maybe it was gas. Whatever. My son, Mr. Nasty, he's such a good boy. Look what he caught me for dinner. I go for you like flies go for dead meat. Like a dog for a bitch in heat. Like a pervert for a toilet seat.
Mr. Nasty, there's a squatch down at the waterworks. There's just a little tattoo on your bill.
You can't run. You can't hide from Mr. Nasty.
Mr. Nasty!
It's Mr. Nasty himself, Larry Pine.
Larry Pines is here again. Yes. All right. So, when was the last time you watched that Mr. Nasty video? Was this the last time? I mean, when did you watch that last?
1988.
Oh, really?
You haven't seen it since it came out.
No, I I remember the thoughts, and I did it, but it's like, I had a bunch of my own tapes, and somewhere along the line I gave it to agents and other people, and I didn't have any of my own tapes.
What, you distributed this to agents, like to say, like, oh, this is what I.
No, it was like to get more work.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, when they saw the Mr. Nasty tapes, they were somewhat reluctant to kind of sell me to other production companies because they didn't think I had a lot of depth in acting.
But I disagree. I mean,
I thought I hit some high marks, you know.
Exactly.
I didn't think anybody else was doing this kind of crap.
No. But then you started to get booked by agents for that kind of role, though, right? Like you were telling us that you got into commercials and you got into other stuff.
They always thought, I think they kind of typecast you, and they thought I was good for foolish, baboonish cards. And I don't know, you can play one of my commercials. That was kind
Well, you mentioned last night that you did a commercial for Tony's Frozen Pizza.
Oh, yes.
Our ears perked up, and
The thing that you didn't tell us was that it was for microwavable frozen pizza.
You're buried the lead on
Microwavable,
that,
which is
Larry.
a completely different animal than frozen pizza was.
Oh, yeah, well, are they still making Tony's?
Yeah, there's still Tony's. I
was
just saw
gonna
one
say
the other day.
something that during the break, we've given free Tony pizzas to eat,
Oh.
and most of the cast and crew refused it because they didn't like it.
Well, they're
They thought it was the worst
microwavable,
crap
so
they ever had.
it's like soggy when you pull it out of the microwave.
does anybody want to watch this commercial?
So,
All right, switch it over, Virgil.
after Larry mentioned it last night, George, our VHS detective, within like 15 minutes said, I found it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll give him credit.
All right, so
the premier
here
Harry
it is.
Pines historian.
Let's flip it over.
Okay.
Help you folks. Hi, got any microwaves, Bob?
Yeah.
Great, let's go, kids.
Thanks, Bob.
Just cooking at Tony's Microwave Pizza, Bob. Couldn't wait to You work on commission here, don't you, Bob?
Tony's, the pizza you can't wait to eat.
Bob, you make a better door than you do a window, Bob.
There it is.
Tony's
I feel
microwavable.
like you're Mr. Nasty like in that commercial there.
Yeah, it was my style that has gained some notoriety in Hollywood. You know, if they wanted funky parts,
Yeah.
they relied upon that. Said,
Oh, you're the funkiest too. Yeah.
You know.
So we should explain why you're here. I'm sorry.
I was hoping we wouldn't.
Yeah.
it came to us. You know, we have thousands of people that show up for these events here in Pennsylvania, and Kristen Cursor. She's not going to curse, but that's her name. And she's originally from my home state of New Jersey, but she upgraded her lifestyle and moved here to Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
And came out for this fantastic event.
Yeah.
She saved up money for years to afford it.
And look what she brought you. Look, can you show this off to the camera there? This is.
What a thrill. She actually made this with her own hands.
Yeah.
And this is a Mr. Nasty doll, and it's sort of like Mr. Bill, and she's making a Mr. Sluggo doll to beat the hell out of him.
But look, it has the dirt on the face. It has the attention to detail here. Nice work. I tip my hat.
And if you look at the face with discernment, you can see and you look at my face, you can see the beautiful resentment.
Yeah.
Resemblance.
I see it. Yeah.
Two of us.
It must be like looking in a mirror.
It was, as I said. Yeah. What has happened? This could be that long-lost illegitimate son of mine.
And you pull the string, and it gives confusing insults. That's kind of the
Right,
fun
yes.
part about that.
I have a question for you about Mr. Nasty, though. When you showed up to the set, did they actually have a script written, or was this like, was there an outline, or what was going on?
No, they had a script written, and then they said you can ad-lib it. I didn't see what was going on, but they showed me one of the exercises was I improvised because they had a junk car. I was improvising by an up and down motion by putting in the oil dipstick and up and down. So that was my contribution. It was not written in the script, but I overrode the writer, and I said, I could feel this part coming to me. And I said, this is, what guys do. They put the dipstick in. I said, instead of just doing it once, they do it many times, and they get all this magnificent exercise of building up their biceps. They said, go ahead, do it,
It's an iconic scene. I'm sorry we didn't include it in that part. But
you didn't get it?
They've seen it here before, but we didn't put it in that particular
I
edit.
thought it was,
Sorry.
I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed. I thought that was.
Nick edited that. That was Nick's edit, so that's Nick's fault.
Sold
on
me
that
out. Sorry,
That
Mr.
was, I
Nasty.
thought, one of the highlights of the.
I agree too, and I think Nick really dropped the ball.
And the producer originally didn't want me to do it. He says it kind of looks like some kind of self-sexual gratification thing you're doing there. And we're Mr. Nasty, but we're not that dirty. And I said, well, it's not exactly that. And he said, well, I don't know what you had in mind. He says, well, put it in anyway. And so it was included in the, it's not, when I did this, they weren't paying me that much money, but I had a vacation in Oregon because they shot it in Oregon because it's cheaper to shoot there. But so it was a vacation. I said, well, do anything you want to do. I mean, like.
Did you have to audition for this, or did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you something. They got a lot of scroungy guys that were overweight and they thought were funny that would fit the bill. And they shot these 3 segments in 3 days. And so they wanted somebody who's versatile to do all this funny stuff, and and so we were all auditioning. And I was in one of my kind of funky moods, and I was like, and I don't mean to do this, but I don't censor myself very well. And I was like, and I shouldn't do this, it's not the thing to do, but I was like complaining about something. I was using a lot of vulgar language, F this and blah, blah, blah. I've been talking about parking places or something. And it was like, I was like the most vile behaved of the many great entrants they had to audition for this kind of very demanding role. And they looked at me and I thought, well, they're going to kick me out because they're not going to put up with my crap. And they want somebody who's more amenable to, And the guy looked at me and then he looked sort of happy. And he said, and so later I found I got the role, and he said, I'm glad you picked me. He says, yeah, when I heard you cursing out like that, like a son of a bitch, I thought you had the quality that we're really looking for. I mean,
you were the nastiest,
I was naturally sleazy and low down. So being vulgar and disgusting was not really paid off.
You're a role model to so many of us here.
Vulgarity will get you places.
Yes.
Where's that 11-year-old kid? Tell that 11-year-old kid from last night that vulgarity.
Are there any questions? Were there any from the audience? We should get to any.
You got one? What is it?
So, Mr. Nasty,
Yes.
how does it feel being brought out to this after so many years?
How does it feel to
I felt
to
it
be
was
brought out after all to this theater?
Okay, after all these years, I forgot about this. Especially I was cheated out of all residuals. I never made a dime of residuals. I was supposed to make 10 cents every residual, and the union did nothing to collect it. And I said, where's my residuals on this? And he said, well, you only get 10 cents of residual. I said, didn't you contact the company? He says, yeah, they sold no copies. I said, they didn't sell one, and they didn't get 1 dime residual. And now I find it was one of the most successful VHS copies. You know, they spent a ton of money doing this. You know, it didn't pay me a lot of money, but they had to send the producer and the writer and so forth up to Oregon. They hired an Oregon crew. They had to box this and make copies and do bits. And they had a fairly good office, you know. And the guy drove up in a brand new Mercedes Benz. It was the guy who hired me and had the good sense to like my cursing out and so forth. But I figured they put a lot of money into this, and they did big distributorship. And there's probably nothing I could do, but I thought it sold like 750,000 copies, like 250,000 a piece, because this stuff was sold well. This was sold well. This was the comedy takeoff on most of this stuff. And according to my union, they didn't sell one copy. I mean,
well, we have one, and the Mahoning has one, so already that's wrong.
That's two at least.
That's two, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm so proud to be in the union after all these years and paying my dues. I get nothing for it.
You get your night, your night of honor tonight, I think. That's the thing.
Now, forgetting about this magnificent work I did years ago and putting it. In fact, I got a little pissed off, and I gave away a lot of tapes and gave it to agents and so forth. Eventually, I came out to the point where I had none for myself.
Do you not have your own copy?
It's not worth anything. You know, they're not paying me any residuals. Well, first it's like the Tony's Pizza. You know, they gave me $30,000-$40,000 because it's running all the time, and you know, and I did nothing in that practically. So I said, you know, that's the way to go.
Wait, but do you have a copy of Mr. Nasty now in your own collection? No. Somebody get this guy a copy of Mr. Nasty right now. Somebody bring it up. We got to. Yeah.
No, I'm resurrected now.
Yeah.
Thank God you're back.
Well, speaking of resurrected, you have your lyric sheet here.
Oh, good transition.
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of resurrected.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In case anybody wasn't here last night, we all witnessed a very special moment. We witnessed history where Larry Pines sang a hymn for us. I didn't think lightning could strike twice, but he's agreed to, I guess, do an a cappella version of this.
Right. You can get me some light so I can see the words. Yeah, this is my hymnal. By the way, Kristen, excuse me, I'm eating the microphone, is helping me out with this because she sung this in church also and knows the lyrics. And so she'll be part of the choir. Well, let me tell you what happened, why I want to do this. I don't want to make this a religious meeting, but on the serious side, I experienced what a few months ago, just before Christmas, in December last year, of what I think his name was Damien or something like that. I can't remember his name, but he was a football player for the Buffalo Bills. And in the middle of the game, he went down, and he had cardiac arrest. And I don't think they'll allow him to play football after that, but he came back to life. And the same thing happened to me. I had cardiac arrest, and you get it. He was 22. I'm slightly more aged than that, but cardiac arrest, you stop living, and if you get immediate attention and you get electroshock, you go back to life. You know, so it's sort of like Lazarus,
or like Frankenhooker, actually, right?
They all come back to life.
So if you give me a little light, I'd like to sing this with Kristen. Yes, she knows this. She's part of the choir. She sang it in her church. We go to different churches, but we sang the same hymns. And this is, oh, by the way, of all the wonderful audience here, if you sang this too, you can sing along. If you know Softly and Tenderly, it's an old Protestant hymn.
Or honk your horn along with it? No, let's not do that. Let's not do
Honk your horn if you love Jesus.
Not hearing a lot of horns.
Okay. I don't hear anybody honking, but anyway. Right. Okay. Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me. See on the portals, he's waiting and watching, watching for you and for me. Come home, come home, ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Why should we tarry when Jesus is pleading, pleading for you and for me? Why should we linger and heed not his mercies, mercies for you and for me? Come home, come home, ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinners, come home. Come home, come home, ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Whoa! If you let me, since we're getting religious, let me say a prayer for everybody, if you don't mind. Sort of revival.
Let's say a quick prayer.
Well, we would like to ask the great Almighty to bless us all, bless this venue and all the people that started this, and Virgil and everybody, and have people have a wonderful time here. And we pray that everybody has a safe trip home and it goes well. And also, we know this is going back in time when the United States was in a better shape. Around here, it used to be a coal mining area, and all the coal mines have shut down, and things have got a little hard. Bethlehem Steel is shut down. Hershey's chocolates around here, but half the chocolate's from Mexico. And
Is this still part of the prayer? I'm sorry, I didn't know where the delineation was.
If you don't,
Okay.
And so we like to bring it back to the better days when America was really great. And we pray for our country. We have honest elections, and that leadership brings us back to our greatness that we had before.
I think we can all agree to that. Mr. Nasty,
There we
everybody.
go, Mr. Nasty.
Larry
And
Hines.
listen to this. He's agreed to. We can raffle off the lyric sheet for Jesus Come Home. On the next raffle that Virgil's going to do, he's going to raffle off the actual. Did you agree to this?
Really? Yeah. You want my fingerprints on it?
Yeah, you'll sign it. You'll
Yeah.
sign it, and you can win this in the next raffle here. So. Do we want to go out on one more video?
Let's introduce the next movie.
You want, oh, yeah. What is it? After that prayer, at dawn they sleep.
And this movie is available on Blu-ray and DVD back there, too. So
On VHS, too.
Saturn's
Yeah, you
Core.
can get it right by the concession stand over there. Nick, do we want to play one more video? Do we want to do a palate cleanser before we jump into the movie? Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay,
We
sure.
wanted to include this. This is a super short video. This is the opening credits to our favorite German porno of all time.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Schon wieder. Ja, Jogging. Oh, los, hinterher.
It's Frisbee Fuckers! All right.
And we have one left.
I think we
though.
have
You
one
wanna throw it
Frisbee
up?
Fucker
Okay.
sitting around here. Do you see where that went? We have a Frisbee Fucker. This is the giveaway at this point. Do you see where that went? It was over here. We had a Frisbee Fucker just
Oh, those
sitting
have a
over
tendency to go walking away.
Yeah. They grow legs.
Yeah.
They really do. All
I'm
right.
excited to see this movie, and I hope you are too. And have a great rest of your night here.
All right. Thanks, everybody. VHS Fest number 7.